Hey everybody, Kay here, Late Bloomer Homestead, and I just wanted to jump on here real quick. I'm coming to you from my sunroom, and if you're new to my channel, if you're interested in building a sustainable homestead, growing your own food, and preserving it, you'll want to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications, scroll down and click all so you won't miss an upload. So today I was heading over to my friend Daryl's, and the last time we were over there he showed us his new, well, we called them trellises. They're really arbors because you can walk underneath. We wanted to get an update on the garden and the arbors, and you have that to look forward to coming up very soon. But also one of the goals I wanted to accomplish was going to this wonderful market in Cookeville, which is a little bit farther from where he lives. It's actually open several days now, so any of the days it's open, it's great. But I got a chance to meet the farmer that started it, and what it is it's a cooperative where it's a converted house, and local farmers bring their produce and their goods and their crafts to sell there. And it's awesome. And I just wanted to show you, we have so many things that are bringing us down and pressure, and I went through some of those on my What the Hell is Going Down video from last week. But this is a happy story. This is where people are growing their own food and they have a place to sell it. I had a chance to talk to him, and he said the average farmer gets 16 cents on the dollar or something back when they sell their goods and products. Whereas here, in this kind of an arrangement, it's more like 80%. So this is really the kind of community gathering place that you want to support if you can. Now, I know a lot of people are on tight budgets. It may be out of your price range to buy fresh goods from the farmer, but I just wanted to show you and open your eyes to shopping rather than at the grocery store that feeds corporations, to buying direct from the farmer through an avenue like this. This place is called I believe it's called the Walnut Street Market, and the farmer's name that started it is Jim Stockton. And I want to go, and I said, can I come to your farm and follow you around for a day? And so I'm going to make an arrangement, and this is all Cookeville locally grown Walnut Street Market, but as well as grown vegetables and meats. They have vegetables, meats, cheeses, kombucha, which I love my kombucha, and of course produce, fruit, berries, baked goods. And I'm going to go through a few of the things I purchased that I came home with today. And here we go. Okay. So on this table, okay, first of all, now if you're not from the South, you may not be that familiar with pimento cheese. But pimento cheese, I grew up with pimento cheese in Tennessee, and it's just a staple, really. And I think it's very easy to make, though I never have. But Jim actually made this pimento cheese last night and brought it to the market. So I had to try it. And it's a spread of cheese and pimentos and mayonnaise, sriracha, and spices. But I can't wait to try that. And I thought, I'm going to be so hungry by the time I get home, because I spent 2 hours filming Daryl's garden, and then I went farther, and there was a lot of driving. So I just went ahead and got myself a loaf of bread. I was standing there going, Kay, you can make your own bread. You can make your own bread. But I just said, you know what? If I buy a loaf of bread, I can eat it. I can have a pimento cheese spread on fresh bread as soon as I get home. And this is Meg's bread, sourdough white. And of course she's got the date and all of the ingredients on here, and it looks really healthy, and I can't wait to try it. And of course I'll be drinking some Short Mountain Cultures lavender blueberry kombucha. Can you even imagine? I could be making, if I had learned how to make kombucha, I could be making blueberry kombucha myself because I have fresh blueberries. And in case I run out, I got some Blueberry Hill blueberries. I also bought some green garlic because I noticed that the garlic, I mean, I do have garlic. If you saw my garlic video, it doesn't look that great. And so I decided to get a little green garlic that I bought at the market. I also got some, I'm gonna have a lot of tomatoes, but I don't have any blueberry cherry tomatoes yet. I don't even see any coming yet. I did plant them. So I bought a package of blueberry cherry tomatoes. And of course for dessert, because hey, come on, you gotta have homemade. This is killer brownies with pecans. So I got a killer brownie with pecan. And you know, just in case I need a little something tonight, I got gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. Jim, on his farm, he has 100 pigs, 40 head of cattle, and I forgot how many chickens, he told me. And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna get some sausage. I haven't had any sausage in a while, and this is pork bratwurst links. So I am going to just let that thaw out in the refrigerator and have some of that soon. And I also got pork sausage link small. So this is going to be going into making a pot of beans. Maybe I'll even pressure can. Everybody's been telling me to pressure can, and I just haven't done it yet because first I have to locate my countertop, okay? I know where my canner is. I know where my canner book is. I know where my food items are. I need to clear off my working space so I can actually complete the task. And of course, Daryl gave me, and you'll see this in the video, he just pulled this whole head of bok choy out and handed it to me. So I can't wait to get that stir-fried up. So support your local farmer. Going forward, we're going to need to build that community. You know, that's what a lot of homesteaders have been talking about online. I saw a great video. I'm sorry, but I forgot the name of the channel. I'll try to find it. And he was talking about how a lot of the farmland is getting, a lot of the choice farmland is getting bought up by corporations, and they're just sitting on it. It's not just happening with farmland, it's also happening with real estate. But that's another issue that the homesteader is going to face, especially if you haven't already gotten your land. You know, it's going to be harder and harder. And when I was driving over there, I saw, you know, just driving by, I didn't have time to properly read the whole sign, but it said there was a 15-acre property for sale with a nice pond. And you know, every time I think of a nice pond, I think of Danny and Wanda down at Deep South Homestead. You know, they got 2 ponds. And having a pond can really be the difference, especially if you have farm animals. It can be the difference of them surviving or not, because you've always got water. This is some of the things that are on my mind today, and I was laying awake last night till like 1 in the morning, just, everything was going through my mind about what's going on and how we're going to best approach it. If you have resources, like other people, places to go, people to lean on. I know a lot of people wrote me comments. Thank you for all the comments on my video. I've gotten so many. And by the way, if you see that there's a heart on the, if you get a notification that there's a heart on the comment, you know I've read it. I probably won't be able at this point to respond to everybody because I've gotten so many. But I know a lot of people are not in the situation where they can go out and get whatever they need and get stocked up. What you do need to do is find out where your local help, your resources can be, whether it's through a church or a community center or your neighbors or any kind of groups that you belong to. Reach out, you know, start talking to people saying, do you understand what's going on? what are your plans, and see if you can engender some support and compassion and some help from other people, especially if you're disabled. So I'm in there cooking up a couple of breakfast sausage links. I've made a pimento cheese half on the sourdough bread. I had a little greens in the refrigerator, and I've got my tomato. That's the only thing on the plate I grew. But I just wanted to say, when I was driving over this morning, it was so peaceful. I drove over at 7:30. I passed farms, big farms, small farms on the way. There's black Angus cattle grazing in the fields. I think it was a groundhog that ran across the road at one point, and no traffic. And when I turned off, then there was a little chipmunk on the side of the road, and it just struck me that, if you didn't look at the news, if you didn't look at the internet, you would just think, okay, how would you know that things were kind of going crazy? From the price of gas, right? That affects everybody. And of course, the prices of utilities, inflation, that affects everyone. So, but just driving over there, it was so peaceful. And I just thought about all of those years I lived in the big city, and even in New York. I mean, I said I would never live anywhere but New York. I would never live in New York now, or LA, but in New York you would just feel like, with that whole journey on the subway, hanging on the strap, your neck and your backpack and your purse. And, oh, that's why I have a bad neck today. It's from riding the subway and the bus in New York, being jerked around and having to carry something heavy on one shoulder. Anyway, you would just get home and you would just like lock the door, push the door and lock, and you say, I'm not going anywhere when you got home. And all those years in this city, of course LA is, the traffic is legendary. And these are all issues we had before, all the current issues, with all the food plants. At last count, there was like 92 or something that have been burned in the last year or less. That's insane. So we have to do all we can to grow our own food. If we're not able to do that, then to connect with people who do. And maybe you've got some skill, maybe you're good at computers and you're not good at gardening, and you could exchange skills with them, or there's so many things that you could do to prepare. I hope this is helpful in some way, and if it is, I hope you join my channel, my community, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which is going to be a garden update. I haven't done that in a little while. Kind of left you guys hanging with the cabbages and the corn and all of that. And I look forward to your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Check it out. When I grew up, we always just ate that white bread that was just completely, it had no texture. It was just refined and bleached flour bread. But if you can get stone ground grains, it's so much more nutritious and tasty. I don't know how it can be that good just with 4 ingredients, but it really is. Thanks for watching.